Hello there, Leo. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of April 11th through the 17th. I am going to be pulling one card per day, and that way we can take a peek at the highlights of each day, possibly get a theme or two for the week. We'll see what shows up. This is a general reading, and so not everything here will line up for every single Leo that watches this. However, most of it should line up for most of you. If you would like to have a reading where you want some questions answered and you want me to look at your specific energy only, then feel free to reach out. All my contact information is listed on the website at the top of the screen. Okay, so let's take a peek at our cards. Starting with Saturday, you have the 10 of Cups, and then Sunday, the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, Saturday, 10 of Cups, this talks about the idea of being happy, doing something that makes you happy, and doing something that makes you happy that upgrades your level of happiness, not only for yourself, but also for your tribe, for your family, for whoever your group is. Tribe is just chosen family. So for your family or your tribe, happiness. Okay. Now, Sunday, we have the King of Pentacles coming up in reverse. I want you to just be alert and be aware. With that King of Pentacles in reverse, we've got somebody that's wanting to take advantage of some of the resources that you have, whether that's financial or otherwise, and try to get them from you to them. And I just want you to be careful about when this happens. You want to make sure where your resources are actually going and what they're actually being used for. If you're fine with them going out for whatever it is that they're saying those resources are going out for, then just double check what they're saying, that it's really true. Find some way of verifying, because when this King of Pentacles shows up in reverse, a lot of times somebody's really just trying to talk you out of money so they can do whatever they want with it, and basically saying whatever you want to hear, you know. So just be alert to that type of situation. I don't think you're going to be giving anybody any money or any other resources unless you want to. But be alert if you're picky about how it gets used after you give it. If you don't care how it gets used after you give it, no biggie. All right, let's look at the week. Okay, so Leos, your Monday's card is the Seven of Rods coming up in reverse. Tuesday is the Hierophant, also in reverse. Wednesday is the Page of Pentacles. Thursday is the Page of Rods. Friday is the Moon card in reverse. Okay, so let's walk through these now. With Monday's card being the Seven of Rods in reverse, you've set some boundaries with somebody in the past, and on Monday, they're going to be checking those boundaries. They're going to be testing that fence. Is it going to hold? Are you going to stick with what you said, or are you going to cave? It's really important whenever you set boundaries to hold on to those boundaries, because if you don't, then the next time you need to set boundaries, people are going to try that much harder to roll right over them. But if you can set boundaries the first time, and the first time be like, yep, that's really the boundary, then people start to adjust to the boundaries much more easily, and it's a lot less hassle for everybody involved. Looking at Tuesday, Hierophant showing up in reverse. This tells me you're getting out of some kind of contract or commitment. This could be that you're paying off the mortgage, so you no longer have to keep paying. This could be that you're walking away from an employer, so you're no longer in a contract or commitment to the employer. This could be, and I've seen this come up for this before, maybe you're walking away from the altar. Maybe you were making wedding plans and now you're like, you know what? I'm not so sure this is the right thing to do. So you would be walking away from a long-term contract or commitment of some kind on Tuesday, Leos. Now, Wednesday, Page of Pentacles. This is good news about money or about material goods. This could be good news from a doctor. This could also be good news from really anywhere. Maybe you win the lottery. Maybe you get a bonus somewhere. Just because I said maybe you win the lottery doesn't mean go spend everything you have on lottery tickets, okay? Be responsible about how you handle yourself. But good news about money or material goods coming in on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, Page of Rods. This is that you have an inspired idea that you want to move forward with, and you've got somebody saying, I'm cool with that. This can be anything from a loan officer saying, okay, we'll give you a loan for that, to a friend saying, you know what, I can make that trip with you. I would love to go to the hot springs, or anything in between. Whatever your idea is that you're all fired up about, this is somebody else coming along board and coming alongside and saying, I can be on board for that. All right, next we're looking at Friday. Here we have the moon in reverse. This is one of those reversals that I really like. This tells me that you have a situation on Friday where there's been some missing information, like 2 and 2 just hasn't really been making 4, but you haven't been able to figure out what the missing information is. Well, with that moon in reverse, that information is coming up to the surface. And when the moon comes up in reverse, guess what? You're not digging for that information. You're not even trying to find it. All of a sudden, it's just right in front of you and you can't miss it. Okay, so some kind of truth that's coming out. And when the moon card comes up like this tells me that whatever is this information that's actually rising to the surface now, it's going to change what level of interaction you want to have with whatever situation this information is connected to. Okay, that information is going to change things in your perspective for you. Okay, so we've got a pretty good week there, Leos. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see some of you later on this week for readings or Reiki sessions, etc. But the rest of you, I'll see back on the next video. Peace out.